Welcome to the MFW show, episode number 19.
19, baby.
Yeah, 19. We're on a roll. I feel like these past couple weeks, I feel really good. We've talked about some really controversial yet informative topics.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel really good. There's a lot of you guys that are joining us every week now, and you guys have been on top of a lot of our discussions and a lot of things that we've got going on and kind of informed us. I had some really solid questions that we're going to answer today for you. Yeah, always. We named today's episode Baba Yaga. Now, if any of you guys have seen John Wick or John Wick 2, you guys know what Baba Yaga is. The reason why I named this episode, or we named this episode Baba Yaga, is because my new Unicus series build is called Baba Yaga. So, I'll be showing you that later on in this episode. This week's been a big week. Mike's not here with us today. He is at a graduation, and
he just found out.
Yeah,
the day.
He just found out the day
yesterday.
before. Yeah. There's a candlelit vigil in front of our building for him. So if you guys want to come by and drop off flowers, you guys can do that. Today's topic too, it would be really great if we had him here, but KT's going to probably take the reins on that. Anyway, big week here, very big week, very busy this week. I have no idea where the time went today. He came in.
Time void.
Yeah,
that's what we call it. As soon as we step in the door, and that's it. All the time just sucked out from us.
Been working on a lot of stuff. The video, MCS intro video. Do you guys like that? If you can give me a couple likes there, I would love to see that. I think we went back and forth with that guy quite a bit to get that where we wanted it to be. But I think it looks really cool. It'll be for our most of our videos that we're going to be doing. Me and KT are working on promo videos for you guys based off of the footage that you send me. So I have one for Liberty Warlords.
Oh yeah.
That is coming. It'll be done tomorrow. So next week we will have that for you. We'll do one for the MagFed Legion guys. Brian Foucher has one. Nightmare PB, I'm sorry. It will be sending one in for me. And then any other footage that you guys have, every week we're going to be doing these videos. There are going to be promo videos that you guys can use and share the hell out of for your stuff. John from Team Defiance, I got to get one for you guys too.
Yeah.
That'd be a really good one to show. But they're all going to be kind of action-packed like that. It's going to be a montage video about 1 minute and 30 seconds of just action-packed footage. Action-packed.
That's all the attention we can get from people now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I love a lot of your stuff out there that you put on, but sometimes I want to see the action footage, and that's all I can really use for these videos, because you saw this intro. It gets you hyped.
Yeah.
It makes you want to go play right now, and it's a Wednesday afternoon.
Makes you want to be John Wick.
That makes you want to be John Wick. That is right. That is exactly right. So if you guys have some more footage or some really cool action footage, just message me on Facebook, and I'll take it from you. As long as you give my permission, or I'm sorry, you give me your permission, and I'm going to be building videos with KT every week from now on.
Actually, I'm going to touch base on that a little bit. We prefer to highlight a team or a single player, just a lot of action. Give us about 1 to 2 minutes of either a bunch of action shots, bump of your team or of yourself, or video footage of your team or yourself. Just a lot of action. Just we're talking about 1 minute, 2 minute worth of action pack condensed into a short video. That's what we're looking for.
We're looking for footage of shaped projectiles breaking teeth.
Oh yeah, if you have that.
MMA style knockouts
right.
with shaped projectile rounds. That's what we're looking for. Al Doble, what is going on, man? Now look at all these guys in here. Corey Cruz, how are you? Dirk, Craig Faust, John Smith, we got Joseph Rojas in here. Man, this is a
full house.
It's an action-packed day today. Awesome. First, before we get started today, I want to give a shout out to Dylan Burns. He is currently in Iraq right now, and he is a part of, I forgot what division. It was a bunch of numbers and letters. I didn't obviously it was not in inventory.
Can't memorize that, right?
And I don't think I'm really supposed to say what unit he's attached with. But right now, he is in Iraq, and he's training Iraqi soldiers and kind of rebel forces to fight ISIS. And he got on the computer last weekend or last week and ran to his fob to get on a computer to buy the Black Jaguar Unicus series. That was really cool. He's stoked about it. Unfortunately, I can't ship it to Iraq, so he has to wait until he gets home from deployment in September, and that was really cool. So I want to give a shout out to Dylan Burns. I don't think he's watching this. He's probably out doing something cool.
Something very cool. Right?
But if you guys get a chance, he's actually um, Dusty Hatfield. I didn't see if you were in here yet, but Timothy Brooks, I think I saw you in here. He's moving to Florida, so all my Florida guys, I'm going to be hooking him up with you to get down to MagFed, get into some MagFed games and some MagFed trouble down there. So I told them Florida's a place to be for MagFed right now. There's a lot of games going on. You guys are really growing the sport hard down in that area. So
And he moved to Florida just for that.
yeah, he moved to Florida basically just for that. He was
Yeah.
stationed at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, but he asked to be stationed in Florida, and he'll get 3 months off, and he'll be on deployment every other month. But he gets to he wants to go down there for MagFed, so
Hmm.
it's really cool. And he got that Black Jaguar gun. It's sitting here waiting to be shipped to him.
Callista's on. Hey, Callista, how you doing? Jonathan gonna be down there for Ted. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be heading down maybe Friday, Saturday. I'm not sure. what the schedule-
Friday. And
Friday?
we're gonna leave at probably 12 a.m. We're gonna drive at night.
12 a.m. Friday.
Yeah.
12 a.m. Saturday.
Yeah, 12 a.m. Saturday to be there.
To be there.
Yeah, they'll be there all weekend.
Yeah.
So if you guys go into Tet, you will see me there.
Yeah.
And I'll have some goodies. If you need anything, let me know now so I can pack the van
Right.
tomorrow. Did
And-
you bring the van?
No, no, bring tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
No,
Okay.
so before
All right.
I'm going to Oklahoma tomorrow, so I'm gonna drive through RAF MCS, and then I'll drop off the van for him. He'll pack it up and he'll leave the following day. Yeah, we're gonna be at Oklahoma D-Day. It's gonna be a great event, and actually gonna show you guys really quick on what's going on with that. We're gonna do the bounty program live at Oklahoma D-Day this year. It's gonna be pretty cool. Is it small caster?
Small caster, yep. You might want to open the
Small
tab
caster.
first before. Oh, well, you can do
Right
that
here?
way too. And then open up a new tab.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Okay.
MCS US.
Yeah. Right, you guys get to see it. So it's supposed to go here first, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, the bounty program is going to be live at Oklahoma D-Day. I put about 30 something bounties on there, and thanks to Agent Hopper who provided me the bounty list, and these are the individuals that's going to be on the bounty. You can scroll down the bunch of them on here, and the way it works is just like a regular bounty, but it's going to be event specific bounty, which means you could only collect these bounty at the event. And I got these prices for you guys. You get 500 points, you get a sticker, 100,000 point, you get patch, banners, caps, shirt, tech mat, all the way down to a marker. And you can always collect them. You click on this individual here, Juan Park. And basically, you see the points right here, 225 points, 95 live. And you can always collect them there, and then what you do is after you collect them, you can go to the a booth directly, and then you tally your points, and then you get your reward prize. During Collier, one of the owner of Oklahoma D-Day, you can see that you can capture him for 1,000 points. So getting your prize is not that hard as long as you are willing to go for the hunt. All right, let's go back to the big caster.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, without the range
Right.
cam, though. This one. All right. All right. So, yeah. So, like I said, very busy week. Yeah, very busy week. KT's gonna be gone, and it's gonna be me and Mike, and then Valerie and Jamie here. So we got a lot of stuff that we're working on. A lot of really cool stuff that we're working on. Let me tell you that. Other than that, I think we can get started. I have an auction gun for you today. We're going to talk about the Unicus series, and then we're going to be talking about some stuff that's been going on this past week. And we're going to be answering questions, the last two questions that were asked last week's episode on some important. I think they're probably one of the most important or better questions that we've been asked uh, in a very long time. And it's not a box mag question. It's not a shape projectile question. It's nothing like that. Um, Two hang, there will be hammerhead barrels there. Don't worry, my friend. He's got a bunch of stuff. There's already two pallets on their way over there, so you'll be good.
Oh, by the way, you guys need anything specific that you want me to bring? Message me directly right away. I'm only gonna stop by tomorrow morning. I think stop by about noon tomorrow. So you need anything, let me know right away, and I'll put a message out, and then the guys can pull them for me. So just pick them up and go. So you need anything for Oklahoma D-Day, just message me directly. Otherwise, I'm not gonna take it out for you. If you want to put an order in right away, and then we'll bring it out. Otherwise, you probably have to order that and ship it out. All right. So
So, you want to get into it?
yeah, let's do the auction first, and then so that way you guys can see what's been auctioned for this week, and then we maybe go to the Baba Yaga,
Baba Yaga,
Baba
yeah.
Yaga, and
Okay.
we'll go
Uh,
from there.
Auction gun. So, what we have here is a fully tricked out bolt, Thunderbolt actually. This is a Thunderbolt Riz essentially. It has this is a Thunder Pig, right? This barrel? Or was this a
This
standard
barrel looks like a
true
standard
flat?
barrel.
Yeah, standard barrel actually.
Yeah, looks like one of the Vortex. Look like one of the Vortex barrel.
The standard stock barrel.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 7-inch, or this is a 6.5-inch Riz quad rail with the mil-spec barrel nut and mil-spec barrel nut adapter. Shape projectile ready. You have the M4 carry handle with an offset rail and Picatinny with a reflex sight. Does not have any batteries. This has 4 reticles on it, so it's actually going to have 4 different reticles to choose from with 7 brightness levels. You have that Thunderbolt trigger frame, standard magazine well, and the rear air with the drop down ASA. This thing has got some really nice eye relief, even fully collapsed here. It's also got, like I said, it's shape projectile ready. It's got a lot of Picatinny real estate up here. You got some up here, got some on the sides here, and then obviously on your quad rail and your vertical grip here. So solid marker. We'll start it off at Justin Waldrop's $200. Now I don't even know why we say $100. We'll start it off. I should just start saying we'll start it off at whatever we want to start it off, whatever you guys started off at. So we're at $200, increments of 10, and then at the end of the show we'll go ahead and announce a winner there. So Hurricanes.
Hurricane, it's gonna be production done tomorrow, but we need to powder coat that. So I would say Monday or Tuesday we'll probably start shipping them out. If you guys have not ordered one, want one, put it in right away. We have a big backlog.
We're about 45 or 50
We'll have a big backlog of those. So you guys put one in so you get the first batch rather than put it after it's released. And we just don't have regular orders from you guys directly, but also other stores and fields and distributor also get them too. So get them in early so we can get up for you.
We are also going to be doing it's me and KT and Mike. It's called now the Knights of the Round Table. Essentially, it's our thinking time, and we're going to be doing some limited run, like we did around Christmas time, limited run configurations of miscellaneous markers. So we'll have 5-10 units of them. There'll be a limited edition version of that marker that we have, and we're going to be selling those. So when the Hurricanes come in, I have 2 builds
Right.
that I'm going to get done. As soon as I get one in, and those will be up on the website, and they'll only be what the run is for. So if I can make 7, I'll make 7.
Right.
That's all that will be available, and then you can go from there. So it's not going to be a part of the Unicus series, but it will be a limited run, special edition type of marker build that will be in each individual category. So if you guys are in the market for markers or you're looking to add to your collection, these are going to be the ones you're going to want to purchase. So here's our auction marker. I'm going to set it up here. Before we get into our discussion, our topic first, what's up, Dave? Good to see you, man.
Yeah,
Um,
Dave, Corey, Jin, all gone. Oh, Alvin,
let's talk about the Baba Yaga.
let's go. This
So,
is
the Unicus series.
this is. I was gonna say this Jonathan creative
This,
thinking here.
yeah,
The
this is
great.
my, this is
This
my.
this is baby. Right?
I'm enjoying the Unicus series. I think you guys are enjoying it too. They're getting a lot of circulation
Yeah.
online. There's a lot of you guys that are very curious of the certain accessories and stuff on there. So this idea came to me uh, for a while. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I wasn't going to do it this week, but I decided to because the second one, a part of this build series, is going to be the best of all time. I think, honestly, I think
Yeah.
when
This
you
is
guys
one.
see
This
this,
is
it's
this is
gonna,
one of my favorite too.
yeah. So this
Yeah,
is
Christopher. It's
the
definitely
boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
That is definitely the boogeyman. Yes.
The Baba
So
Yaga.
if
Yeah.
you've seen John Wick, the Baba Yaga is what they call John Wick, and that stands for the boogeyman. This is the boogeyman
In a box.
in a box. So what you will receive, and I'll have a teaser video just like I always do every week. It'll be a pretty good one of my better ones.
It's not showing here, but I will laser engrave the Unicus series logo right here for you once whoever gets it.
Just open
Just
it.
we're not showing it because it's we want to let one of you guys put up the Unicus series logo first.
Right. All right. So let's get right into it. So I got the inspiration from John Wick as well as multiple. If you've ever seen the Assassin movie, The Professional, it's an old one in the 1980s, I believe this came. So you're going to get a box. In that box is going to have miscellaneous components
A
that
hand
you are
guard,
going to want to assemble
butt stop,
correctly.
your scope. You should kind of tilt it up so
Yeah,
you see.
let's
No,
see
no,
here.
kind of not actually tilt up
Oh,
the
tilt
way.
it in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. You can
I
see
wanna show
how
the
it's placed.
logo.
Yeah.
But so you can kind of see it here, what this looks like. Every part in this box has its own designated area, just like you would have, and you see all that, the assassin stuff. So when you get it, you're going to want to start assembling your unit. As you see here,
What's the guide?
the guide run.
Yeah, I got it.
It's
Right
right,
here.
right there.
Let me help you by getting this in here.
Oh, the shims. Forgot the shims.
The shimps?
Yeah,
That's
all right.
okay.
You guys will get it. Everything, every one of these pieces is already ready to go. All you have to do, like I said, is assemble. This is a new edition DMR with your Assassin series. So obviously it'll be more graceful than what we have here, but this is your Assassin type DMR. You have a see-through riser with a 4x32 illuminated red and green optic. This thing is badass. This cover slides off if you want a lower profile. It has, what is this, 5 levels of brightness, both red and green. And you have a K2 Magpul grip, which is the smaller version. So this is, like I said, this is an assassin type DMR. You're gonna be able to pull this thing out, and you're gonna be able to take out targets very quickly. The barrel that you're gonna get with this is a 12-inch with a suppressor. This is which one is this? The operator?
This is the Sokum.
Sokum suppressor. This thing is a heavy little beast. You have two 14-round shaped projectile DMAGs that fit into a slot here, and then you also have a MOTS, very light, very efficient rail with our new bipod. So this thing is compact, is not that heavy. You have the MTA. This is one of my favorite of our stocks that we carry. The MTA 13 cubic inch tank and push button guide rod, of course. So this, like I said, is the Baba Yaga DMR. So we'll go ahead and tomorrow at 3 p.m., just like always, we will go ahead and have this available for you. Remember to get it from the page with the link, the blog post that we have that I'll put up for you guys. And then,
That's a pretty sweet setup.
yeah. This goes down here.
Yeah.
And everything goes right back into this case in its own special area in the in this gun bag box. So be able to go on and off the field
Everything
very
you need.
simply with everything you need right there. So that, my friends, is the Baba Yaga. Spoke behave, bro. I said it's now called Savage. Are we still at 220 for the let's see. Let's see here. Where are we at?
I think we're still at 220 for
We're
the
still at 220?
yeah, 220 for the um, auction now.
Okay, so yeah, Jin's still good at 220. Now we're married. I will have a Unicus series after the next one, and it will be for our female players. I think there's not a lot of guns out there, but
You're right.
I have a female build that I think will be appealing to the female players in MagFed.
Okay.
So that'll be coming in 2 weeks. Next week's is going to be, like I said, that this is the gun of all guns that will be
Next week. We'll
awesome.
be here next week. You can do that?
Yeah, we'll do
Oh,
it.
man.
We'll broadcast them in. There's a
Okay.
new thing there. Also, let's see here, the box, the mystery box, will be next week as well. So next week's going to be a busy week for
Every week is busy week.
But next week's box is going to be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So hopefully one of you guys wins the lottery and buys them both. But
Yeah.
if you can't, definitely try to save some money if you're in the market. This will be a once in a lifetime box. Mike is going to be going all out for this one, and you're going to get something that you're probably never ever going to get again. So definitely check that out. Other than that, auction is still going. We'll get right into what we're going to talk about.
So just to remind auction,
Yeah.
this is what being auctioned for. The Tackable Thunderbolt has the not really Thunderbolt version, but the Bolt series. You have your Thunderbolt trigger frame, drop down ASA. You get your 6.5 inches wrist handguard. Pretty much you get the bi-level wrist, like Jonathan was saying, a lot of low state there for you to add stuff on. Pretty much set to go. This is a pretty sweet little setup.
It'd be even more badass with a one-shot barrel.
Yeah.
That thing would be sweet. 8-inch one-shot barrel.
So
We'll get 2 magazines, 1 black helix, regular round ball, and then 1 14-round shape
easy, it
projectile.
goes in just like that.
Yeah, Mike's at a graduation today, guys, so he won't be on the show, unfortunately. Super sad.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He'll be back tomorrow, though. Anyway, so to today's topic. It was brought to our attention last week. Brian Avery was the one that was asking us some pretty good questions. It made us sit down and start talking about it amongst each other on exactly how we're going to answer it, and some of the things we never even thought about. So the first question was, how do we deal with the embargo of first strikes or shape projectiles? We talked about this since last week, and a lot about it this week. And then I noticed that a lot of you saw the post that was going around yesterday. A fire got started with something, and then First Strike actually had to get involved and answer the question.
It's a touchy subject. It's quite a touchy subject, and it's hard to answer and it's hard to talk about it because a lot of time people don't really understand what the topic's about, what's involved, and people just jump in and start to kind of to start a flame. And once a flame starts, it's really hard to put out. It's a lot of work, a lot of TLC to kind of smooth
Yeah.
things over. Yeah.
And I think though too, a lot of this subject is important to us, and how we respond and accept certain things, and that's because we're the only company that's been open about releasing a shape projectile. So a lot of you guys, some of you have seen it already. A lot of you guys have been in the shop and we've talked about it, and these are all things that we have to kind of sometimes tiptoe around,
Yeah.
because we have to be very careful on how we involve ourselves with this subject. So
The force multipliers.
the force multiplier, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's what it was about. That's what they
Yeah.
were saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of you guys have seen this. A lot of you guys have seen that post. It is. I'm still seeing memes about it today. Actually, the person who started that post is in here. Is that Brylson? I saw you watching earlier. I don't know if you're still in here, but yeah, I'm sure he did not expect that to be where it is right now. From my point of view, there are a lot of loyal people in this industry. There are a lot of people who have made statements, that they have problems with certain things, and they use it anyway because they're loyal to the person that made it. That may be some of you guys that use our product, and that's kind of a thing that I see a lot of these posts going through, and I can understand, even with First Strike's response to that post, they they quote unquote said they read it for a second but found a better use of their time. That kind of stuff is like where we're at. There
A
we have.
lot.
I think of all the companies out there, we have received the most flack. Some of it, like I said, some of it well deserved. Some of it just is unnecessary. But it's we're not going to please everyone.
Yeah.
We've already accepted that. When you do anything in life, you're never going to please everyone. Someone's going to be jealous of you for whatever reason. So, with that post going forward, KT's going to kind of give you his point of view on that, and we'll answer that question. So the question was, how do we deal with the embargo or impact of first strikes or shape projectiles?
So there's a, like I said, it's a touchy subject. I'm gonna just touch on the rim of it, and you guys can go explore the information your way. So there are a couple different group of interests when you talk about first strike. First, the group that has the most interest in first strike is probably the players, you yourself, most of the guys that are into MacFed only group. Those are the guys that want first strike and ship projectile. Those yes, really want that to happen. And then second group that kind of push forward is the manufacturer themselves, First Strike, and the people behind the round. They're really pushing for that. And then the third group of people that's involved is the field, is the paintball field, the one that actually offering the service, that's offering the facility for you to play. So they're kind of intertwined together in a way. But it's like I said, it's still really touchy subject to talk about first, right? Us as a company, it's kind of hard to answer such a question because we're in between. We're both offering some sort of like a service, because we do events too, and then we also make the equipment as well, and we're also making the projectiles, that's we're ready to release or about to release or release in the future. So when asked such a question, we kind of think about what we're gonna do as far as once our projectile is released. There are a couple of things that we're going to do. First, obvious, right? We have to really test it, make sure it's safe, make sure that it's good for the industry, and once we have that, get it certified, and then release the product. That's pretty in a nutshell how we're going to do it. That will satisfy all the party involved. You as a player know you have a good, safe product. The field themselves know that the product is safe. They have the document and the testing to prove that it's safe to use at the field. Therefore, they can get the coverage easier. And then the third is that you have a good comparative product out there, so that way you guys can have a better two competing product. Definitely you have a better price. Therefore, everyone wins in that scenario. Currently, I don't know what other companies they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to deal with that. But for us, we pretty have a roadmap on how we're going to deal with that.
We can, I think, honestly, we can all pretty much agree. From as far as First Strike is concerned, they kind of lead the way with MagFed
Yeah.
because a lot of people associate MagFed and even claim and I somewhat agree with this personally that uh, that using being able to use First Strike in a magazine fed paintball
Hmm.
gun separates you and segregates you from the paintball industry. Essentially, with the future of magazine fed paintball, you could essentially only use First Strike. So there's a lot of perspectives, there's a lot of opinions where people want that right now. Uh, I don't think the industry is big enough for it to be like that right now. Um,
I think in the like the to me the ultimate goal for us is making projectiles that's safe, making projectile that is have different type of feel. I mean feel that you can do paint, you can do powder, you can do um, different contents in there for a certain type of use. For example, right now airsoft is beating us because they can play into this training center, this mount that like a city, right? Because it's clean. Paintball, you can't go in there and play. Even with First Strike right now, you can't go in there and play. So imagine you have a full scale simulation at one of those training grounds, and you shoot a powder version of the shape rounds. I think that's to me that's where we need to be. That's where I think our game will take the ultimate satisfaction is playing at those locations.
right. If you ever heard of Guardian Center,
Yeah,
wow. I mean that play that
just
that
Google it.
facility
Oh man,
is available to play at.
right.
It's just really expensive, and but for the paintball side of stuff, they won't allow it. That is an amazing, amazing, amazing field, or actually, I'm not going to say field. It's not a field, a facility.
Yeah,
It has a parking structure that has been exploded, basically demolished,
yeah.
and they do first responder stuff. They have a CQB city, giant warehouses, buildings. I mean, uh, it's something that will take this sport and this specific niche of paintball to the next level, and it will definitely eliminate and start segregating certain types of players. It will definitely do that. But like you said, for us, our shape projectile safety is the utmost important thing. The best part about releasing our round after first strike is we've got to learn a hell of a lot.
Right.
So,
Well, actually, the to emphasize that we have the time to do it right rather than having to rush it into the market. Because right now we're talking about all the time that there's no point for us to release a competing projectile that is similar in price, similar in performance, and similar in situation that currently happen in the industry. So when we have ours out, we should have addressed all that issue of price, um, supply. Right now a lot of times you guys want to go to an event or even go to stores all sold out, so we have to resolve that as well. So price, supply, um, availability and ability to use it. There's no point of not I'm saying no point, but it's kind of productive to release a projectile or product that you don't address all the problem that currently um, facing it.
yeah. No, he's right. You're right. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to invest the time, the money, anything. The marketing. I mean, it really. We put a lot of time into this. Omar has put a lot of time into this round,
And
and
believe me, when he said investment, it's kind of like pop a light. It takes a lot to make it. Making one is simple. We can print, we can make a mold, making one, making 100, no problem. But you talk about making a million rounds or millions of rounds per month. It is not a simple task. You have to scale production. You have to invest into automated machines, and that's including engineered machine, manufacturing machine, automated machine. You need programming. You talk about from concept to manufacturing to programming to facilitize the machine. I mean, you don't make like a small area. It have to be a big area. Have to house all that. Months and months and years of investment and time, resources pull into it. It gotta come out right. Not it's not a hunch or it's not a what if. It needs to work. That's the bottom line.
So I mean, there's a lot of people that we've had to battle against that have
Andre
degrees.
said, "Hold up the tampon jam."
Hold up.
Good one.
Andre
Yeah,
Rodriguez, that's a
yeah,
very good one. There's a lot of people, with all of our products, the box mag, the Hydra, the pistol,
yeah.
the tornado,
Right.
all of these projects that a lot of these guys that we run into and speak to quite often, that have these degrees, both masters and bachelors, and these crazy subjects, think that they know manufacturing and what it takes to make products.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm sorry, you do not. It's fantastic you are educated, but to be educated in one thing is one thing, not life in general, not every single subject. You don't have that entitlement. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So we've had to really kind of overcome that, and you guys saw it in that post. You guys have definitely seen it in that post firsthand because I witnessed it
Yeah.
yesterday. Everyone did, I think.
The
Uh,
force multiplier.
the force
Yeah.
multiplier, the
It's just even our point of view too when we saw that it's just a flash, right? When you do a molding process, if you look at any toy, you go to your any molding toy that you have, there's gonna be a little spot. That's where the injection port of the material. So you have this cavity where the material goes inside. So there got to be a point where the material inject into the mold. So that's where it is. So they have to inject into that cavity, and there the material go into the cavity and then solidify into the product. And once they're done with that, of course, have to cut the flashing point off, and that's it. So could first strike made.
Damon Robinson. That is hilarious. This is the type of stuff. And at the end of the day, guys, this is a freaking hobby. We are all playing this sport because we enjoy doing it. It's a place for all of you guys to freaking hang out, drink beer if you're old enough. Okay, if you're old enough, and enjoy it. Collect guns that are really cool that you can collect and just show somebody and bring people into a completely different hobby that people don't even think exist. I mean, a lady came in today with her son and he's like,
Yeah.
I want to buy a gun. I worked for a month.
Right.
I saved up money. I want to come in here and buy a gun. He bought a gun. I didn't have it on the wall, but I showed his mom what it looked like on the computer. She said, "Holy shit, that is a very realistic paintball gun." And
Right.
I go, "Yeah, it's very realistic." But this kid was freaking happier than anyone I've
And he
ever seen in a
wants it.
long
I mean,
time. He bought it, paid cash for it, along with some other gear, and he wants to play MagFed paintball. He
Yeah.
came in to play MagFed paintball. He saw some people playing at his local field, and he came in. He said, "I want to do this. I want to play. I'm about to get out of school. I want to do this. This is what we're dealing with. This is a sport that people can come in and play for because they have the right to. There's no auditioning. There's no freaking. Are you good enough? Are you can you do
Do you
this?
want to do it? Are
Yeah,
you
do you
tough
want to
enough?
do it?
Right.
That intro video, it's just to get people hyped up, but it's
Right.
not for real.
Right.
I mean, there's no one. We're not doing an application process here or a push-up freaking counter or a sit-up counter here so they can buy a gun. It is about going to enjoy yourself in a hobby and be the most badass of all player that you can be based off of what you want to do. No one is telling you guys what guns to buy. No one is telling you how many shape projectiles your gun needs to shoot. No one is doing any of that. You guys do whatever the hell you want when you want. It's your money. You work hard for it. You do it. You play the sport. You should not ever judge or tell somebody something else that they can't do or that they're doing something wrong or blah blah blah.
If they
Because
did something wrong,
if they
well, you
did
know
something
what?
wrong, yeah. You know what? There's no blueprint for this. I'm sorry. This industry is growing every single day. We are having to adapt to what you guys want every single day. We have to continue to innovate in the R&D department. We have to continue to, you know, see what you guys are talking about all the time. That's just kind of how it is. But we there's a lot of we talked about it last week. There's a lot of politics, but there's also a lot of guys in this industry putting people down for the most minuscule of things that they should not be putting down people for. So, yeah, Bachelor of Science, MS, and the Masters of
Calista was
Science.
saying that audition. What about the casting couch?
The casting couch.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite
Oh,
websites.
right. Oh boy.
R&D and Force Multiplier.
Yeah.
In all honesty, that post got really serious, but we're all laughing about it right now, and I think the people that were involved in that directly, they're laughing about it now too. Honestly, if you're still taking that post seriously after First Strike had to get involved and even troll everyone that was taking it seriously, please don't post anything for a while because it is going to be very difficult for you to come back from that at this point in time. Other than that, like I said, it's a touchy subject, but I think KT hit the nail on the head there. We're ready for our round. We like I said, we're very close. We're just getting the
Work out all the
particulars,
kinks.
all the kinks, and the working with Omar. Try to bother him every single day about it, but we're close. So that brings me on to the next question. Uh, the next question is, why don't more firearm manufacturers get involved with magazine-fed paintball gun like they do airsoft? That's a very good question,
Yeah.
and I know KT has dealt with a lot of owners of airsoft manufacturing companies. I'm sorry, and kind of learned a lot. I'm sure that's where a lot of Omar's designs kind of came from, and your designs.
We have like direct access to many of the airsoft stuff. A lot. In fact, if we want to, we could have put a lot of our engine in those airsoft guns. But it takes a lot of time, a lot of investment, and you have to pick and choose what project you want to work on. You can't just take them all. Well, you can if you have the resource and the funds and finance to have like a fleet of, I would say, a battery of people to do it, but we don't. There's only a few of us here. I'm doing most of the design. I'm not the engineer. I'm not an engineer, but for design wise, that's what I do. I test the stuff. I R&D the process. I print them out. I test them. Production wise, that's what I do. And there's only one of me here, and I take on about. I have project up to next couple years, so it's a lot on my plate. Plus, I mean, that's one of the reasons why people ask, why don't I would get on to the live chat more or doing the videos more. Why Patrick's doing the past, what Jason's doing past, many of the guys doing the past. That because I really tried to stay away from the media stuff and not really interact because that take away a lot of my time. Because when you put yourself out there, of course, people are gonna ask you and people are gonna respond to you and people are gonna um, work with you and so on, ask you questions. You can't ignore them and be impolite to do so. That's the reason why I'm never really get online and really never really put myself out there. But it's recently I get involved, so I'm out here. Of
Thank
course.
God.
And
Thank goodness.
and I find myself spending about 30% of my day responding to questions, chat, phone calls, email, doing videos. It's a lot of fun, but I I have to kind of balance between that and work and among other things. So it's been challenging for me personally.
Dave, you said it. You made a valid point. Airsoft is bigger than MagFed at this time, and the reason I think though too that a lot of those airsoft manufacturers don't get involved is because at that time there's a lot of airsoft manufacturers. We got to speak with the guy over at Polar Star, the inventor, who makes HPA CO2 engines for airsoft guns.
Yeah.
He was saying he had no idea that these products existed. At that time, airsoft has been around for what, 50 years plus,
I would say
probably
about 30, 30,
30,
34 years,
plus.
between 30 to 4 years.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was around for a
yeah,
lot more in the Asian countries first before it
yeah.
even made its debut here. But those were MagFed's been around for what? How old do you think it is?
MagFed, the first one, 68 caliber, I would say the SMG 68,
Right,
right? That
right,
came out
Hitman,
about
the 80s, right?
80s, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really catch on at
It
all.
was yeah, it
Yeah,
wouldn't that gun was kind of a dud. I mean,
right.
it didn't show its
Hmm.
potential. MagFed, if you showed one of these guns to an airsoft manufacturer in the 80s,
Right,
I guarantee you it
right,
would have went off because the projectiles are larger
right.
and the gameplay stayed the same. Um, but we didn't have that. Our sport is still evolving and hasn't reached its full potential yet. I believe that.
You know what? I think the honest reason why MagFed have not gotten to where it needs to be or should be is because of the industry itself. For example, right? I'll just give you a feel on it so you guys can explore. Paintball. It's who's making the I wouldn't say profit. Who's behind it and how it's financed. It's mostly because of Fields and the company who makes the equipment. Those two group of people needs to make financial gain, and for them to make certain financial gain, they have to put investment in it, right? So it seems like if you were to open a paintball field, all you have to do is just have a vacant piece of land, and here, go play. It's not that simple. You have to put bunker in there. You have to build structures. You have to rent the equipment. If you don't own the land already, you have to finance the land, rent, mortgage, what's not, employee. So there's certain costs of running a paintball field. So the fields they need to find a way to finance the operation. And how do they finance the operation? To game registration and selling paintball. How can they um, how can they make that financial support if they can't sell paintball? MacFed, if you were to play MacFed paintball and you were doing um, what 100, 500 paintball a weekend, they make what $10 from you, $5, and each person they get what $30 times by 100 if you're lucky. Most field can't even peak. Most field can't peak 100 players. An average field get probably about 40 to 50 players a weekend. A good field that's in a good location, high population density, probably get about 500, but that's very far in field. So you cannot get the field support MacFed unless they find a way to monetize it. It's just simple. Any business um, structure needs that. Look at Facebook. We're using Facebook, and how did they make the money? I mean, when they first IPO, they were spending millions of dollars every month, and they don't make money. Look at Twitter. Millions of people use Twitter, and they don't make money. They're losing money, so they have to find a way to monetize that.
Even YouTube. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of you guys that are a
yeah,
lot of the bigger, more popular
yeah,
guys that do videos that were making money solely by putting videos.
yeah.
They're changing the way that they pay people now
Because they don't make
because
money. They're
they don't
spending
make
more
money.
money. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're spending more money and they can put out. So fields, you have to think before the fields. How can we keep those guys alive and have a facility for you to play? We're not talking about the major fields. Those major fields will never go away. If they're in a major area where the high population density, they get the millions of people there. Those guys will be around for a long time. But that's very far and few. You put your hands up there like a dozen major metropolitan city out there, and those guys holding all positions. We're talking about the Midwest, population of 50,000, 100,000, or even 200,000 people. Those are the fields that are struggling, and you have to find a way to help those fields to stay in business. Otherwise, what happens is you're going to lose those places to play, and you have to travel further, and you could only play at major events. Think about that when you talk about MacFit paintball. That's why MacFit paintball never gets traction because it cannot get support from the fields.
fields. Yeah,
And the second one, if you skip the field, you go to the manufacturer of the equipment. So you're talking about major company that produce the equipment and they produce the balls. For them to make equipment, they need to find a way to monetize it. What selling markers not enough. They have to selling stuff that go with the markers. So for as a company wise, you're looking at MacFed wise, right? Looking at our company. Let me show you something. Okay. Let me show. Let me. I don't think I'm gonna show this, but let me show you um, the kind of costs and what it takes to run a company and a MacFed company, and you can see um, you can see why it takes so much. Stay there. I'm gonna turn the camera around for you.
This is cool. You're gonna like this.
All right, you guys, look at this facility, right? Um, this is 40,000 square feet facility. It's humongous. Look at all the stuff that's out there. Okay, look at the rows and rows of products. This is a huge facility. We got machines, we got laser engraver, we got um, assembly line, we got people. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff. I mean, it's not a small operation; it's a huge operation. Is it good?
Yeah, perfect.
It's a huge operation. Um, so for us to make MagFed stuff, um, it's a lot of work, and a lot of people think that we're this conglomerate at making a bunch of money and just stealing things from people and take money from them. What's not, but it's not really true.
We're not freaking Exxon
No,
Oil Company, okay, guys? I mean, it's a small thing. There's a lot of bitter people in this industry that think that, you know, big business is alive and well in MagFed paintball. We have to do what is necessary to be able to provide products and the things that you want, you, the players, want in order to keep our livelihood alive.
yeah,
This is my job. I feed my family, my 6 month old kid, and my wife with this job. You know what I'm saying? This isn't. At the end of the day, yes, we have to make money because if we don't, we can't give you new products. We can't release a shape projectile round. Can't release a Hydra, a pistol, anything.
yeah.
It is the livelihood and the blueprint for business. This is a business.
And that's what I
Bottom
mean.
line.
Yeah, we do a lot of hours. Like I said, I think the last video I did with Dave, I was saying I'm doing about what 15, 20 hours, 15 hours on a regular basis. So a day. We're not talking about weeks. What's not. I'm doing about 15 hours on a regular basis a day. That's a lot of hours. Average about 100 hours a week. So to get stuff out, I mean, there's a lot of things to do. So that's for us. That's American company. We here in the States. We assemble stuff here. A lot of stuff are made here. That's what it takes. So if you guys gonna compare and look at the industry, look at what the company here in the States are doing, um, and support that. Look at how can we get those company and these facility to stay alive and make like you're talking about MagFed paintball. So you get Tipman and you get GI. Those guys, I know they get a lot of flack for not supporting First Strike, but they still have a business model they have to maintain to able to survive. They make great stuff, great goggles, great air tank, great markers, but the current industry right now, a lot of people don't support them, but they're a good company. They don't make a lot of stuff here in the States, but however, if you look at what they do, it takes a lot, and they have to maintain a business model that sustain for them. So that's why they have to support. They have to make they uh, focus on paintball and making lots of paintball to cover for the expenses and get the financial support for them to do other things. I don't know what they're gonna
Exactly.
do, but they have to find a model that works for them. And for us, we found a niche that may work for us, and we're working on it. So hopefully it panned out.
That's right. So let me just go up and pop up the auction marker again. We got a Thunderbolt here, custom Thunderbolt with the quad rail Riz, M4 carry handle with the offset Picatinny, reflex sight with four reticles, four different style reticles. There's a like crosshair type, your standard red dot, a circle with a dot in it, and then a plus sign. Then you have the rear air drop down ASA, Thunderbolt trigger frame. You get two magazines, one Helix, one shape projectile DMAG, and then you have a standard barrel, nothing, no frills, and it's also shape project. So your MCS US account and you will go ahead and uh, no,
Wait,
it
turn
says
it.
chop again. The can you guys hear us? Okay. Let's see. Are we good? Okay. I don't know what's going on with this computer. I honestly think we may have to go back to the phone for a little bit till we get it figured out. But you'll go to the comments or the link that yeah, Dave, this is the one that Jamie built. Um, the the link, I'm sorry, to the blog, and you'll comment. The first person to comment, I want this marker, I will contact you and I will give you an invoice to pay. The price and everything will be in the link of the blog, and then you'll be able to purchase it from there. If you choose not to purchase it, and if you think it's a giveaway or it's for free, it is not. Do not comment you want this marker if you're not going to buy it. Okay? So that'll be on at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Pacific Standard Time. So I've been last time I was on 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Last time before that was like 3:04.
Okay.
So it'll be around that time. But you can go on there. Colin, that is you, my friend. He did the post yesterday,
Yeah.
of the Force multiplier.
Yeah.
That sounds like the new saga of Star Wars coming out in 3 years.
That's cool.
The
That can be
Force
a product
multiplier,
name right
Star
there.
Wars.
Good product name.
But yeah, so you guys will have the Baba Yaga will be available tomorrow, 3 p.m. We still at 220.
Are we still lagging, guys, or the
No,
stream is still good?
I think it's good now.
Back to normal?
Yeah, it looks like
All right.
it's going. So we're at the auction. I'll go ahead and answer some questions when you guys, and we'll end the what at 5:53.
End at 6?
Yeah, end at 6.
Yeah.
So you got about 7 minutes.
7
I'm
minutes.
sorry.
Yeah.
To auction or bid on the auction marker. 220 increments of 10, please. Let's see here. No questions today? Come on. Come on.
Well, Brian online. Brian, Nightmare
Yeah.
PB. He said that D-Day this Sunday, Commando Paintball
in
come
Canada.
out. Yeah, say hi. Cool. Musim versus MacFed. Anyone? Juan Felipe.
Auction for 10 minutes free, run in the warehouse.
Oh man.
I dated this girl once who had nice force multipliers. That good for you, Damon.
Oh man.
Dream come true, my friend. Commented in the post that we all started laughing our asses off when he said force multiplier. Oh,
Anything
man.
to debut at D-Day? Honestly, I don't know yet. I've been so busy. Whatever can grab tomorrow before I head out, that's what we're gonna get. If not, it's a lot. I've been working so many different projects at the same time. I hardly have time to kind of plan anymore.
Sucks to suck. It does. Christopher Siren, cost of Baba Yaga. The cost will be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
We don't talk about the cost until I post it up at 3 p.m. John Miles, what kind of beer do I like? The kind you drink, my friend. Coors Light, Coronas with lime, you know, the good stuff. Do an airsoft versus MagFed day. That is that would be
excellent.
a very, very cool thing, Jen. You know what? I think anyone using First Strike would blow away an
Right.
airsoft player. In airsoft defense, just touching back on that, since we got 5 minutes here, you know, I've been around a lot of airsofters. I've airsofted before, and I put one of these guns next to an airsoft gun, and the player couldn't tell the difference, even with an air tank on it.
Yeah.
And that's because I honestly believe the introduction of Polar Star, of the HPA engines and CO2 engines, now those are very similar to that.
Yeah.
Now, when you say that it's a paintball gun, now they're like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
I've never seen these before. These weren't around when I was paintballing, because these were definitely not around when I was paintballing when I was a kid.
Mhm.
So, to see them now, holy smokes, I would have got into this before I got an airsoft gun. And that's where we're at right now. Airsofters are coming into our store and they're like, oh, are those airsoft guns? And then we tell them no, and they're like, oh, whoa. You
They,
can do
they th yeah
that to
they
a
thought
paintball
the
gun.
they thought a paintball was airsoft wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's because they have options now.
yeah.
There is a competing or a different type of something that they can choose from. Before you didn't have that. First Strike is the only company that has first strikes because they're only shape projectile out.
Let
You
me
know,
address some question here. Tim, we do open Monday. Hopefully, we done setting up. I'm planning to arrive by noon Saturday. I'm gonna meet up with Corey and Dusty and set up the store, and hopefully we up and running by Sunday. If we get to act together, if not, we goof off. Dave, oh yeah, hopefully I don't get my machine this time. Someone's asking about the last two rounds. How do we get the last two rounds, Javier? It's like a cigar cutter, so you push the trap up, the rounds will fall right out. Kind of, it's
for
it's had
those of
Caesar
you,
move.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you push it up with your finger in the front or use
right.
an Allen key, the balls will come right out.
Yeah,
But for those of you who want the full 20 rounds in the beginning,
yeah.
put two manually in that cigar cutter before you insert your full mag, and then you won't have to worry about those two. Um,
Callista wants some dark beer this weekend. She's gonna get it.
can KT say Twitter again?
Tweeter?
Yeah. See that's because we don't have one. We don't ever talk about it. Let's see. Um, what's up, guys? I'm late to the game. Gregory Smith, how's it going, man? Microsoft when we tested them side by side. Uh, as far as a Polar Star engine, I mean, Polar Star engines are great, but there's governors on them now. I mean, you're still going to get you can still achieve a legal rate of fire rate with an AEG. With a lot of the tuned and batteries that we have now, you can still do that. But Polar Stars they're awesome machines. A guy we kind of learned a lot about that. Um,
We got like a minute and a half left, guys.
yeah, minute and
So
a half,
your last
220.
chance to bid for before it goes away. Jin right now, he's holding the top bid 220. So, like I said, same thing we did last time. As soon as our the time on our stamp on the machine here set 6 o'clock, we're gonna call it, and that's about it. Okay.
Juan Yanes, dude, I would love to come to Colombia,
Yeah.
and we're kind of working a deal right now with your government there
Yeah.
that we're waiting to go through. So hopefully we will be
If
able
that
to
deal
make a
goes
trip down.
through, then we'll.
Yeah, we have to go
Yeah.
down there. So we'll definitely. That's one of our. I would like to be more involved with our international guys. You guys in Colombia, Brazil, a
We'll get
lot of those big
Brazil,
games.
Anwar that we will have to hit too. But hopefully, I don't know this year. This year have too many things going on.
Yeah, this year's way too busy. We have 1 minute left, guys. Gin Pack 220.
And he said he needs another loaner gun. Okay.
Dusty Hatfield, he wants you to bring his order with him.
Yes, it's Adam already told me that, Dusty. So he got you covered there.
Oh, Rap Force shotgun.
We have a
Man.
shotgun, that old shotgun. We have a version, the Cam. I think we have the 870 that we have prototype for about 3-4 years now. It's just other projects take precedent over that one, John. So, like I said, we
John,
have
come down here. We'll show you what it
yeah,
looks like. It's in
come
our R&D
right.
office.
We have it. Few of you guys already seen it. It's has a lot of nifty option. Actually, we hold it off a little bit. There's some option we want to make, so we're definitely gonna crank that out.
Michael Dunphy, the Hydra Mag, which is a snail replacement for the box mag, will be released hopefully soon. We're working with a friend of ours to
Hmm.
get that in the process. So, Brandon Chadney, you got it, my friend. 230.
There, yeah, Brandon. I think I saw another one with 230. Okay, so Brandon got it.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
That's it.
Brandon,
Oh
congratulations.
man,
Go ahead and message me, my friend, and I'll go ahead and build your invoice for you. Get that over to you. Other than that,
it's not a deal. That's a steal.
that's a steal. Yeah, you stole it. That's all I got for
Yeah.
today. Next week's episode, watch it. Watch next week's episode. I'll have that gun, the next in the Unica series. We will also have. We're going to be doing a teaser on Tuesday for the box,
Oh,
which will be the auction on Wednesday. So it will be a big box, a mystery box like we did last time, but I assure you, I promise you, by the red that's in my hair, that you will not want to miss this box. You will be getting something you will never, ever, ever get again. We will never do this again. Because we can only do it once.
When I'm not, I'm
Well,
not around.
we're gonna broadcast KTN here. Not to worry about it.
If the if actually I'm ahead 3 hours, it'll be 8 o'clock. I'll be by the hotel.
Yeah,
Hopefully
it'll be fun.
I have better internet.
So we will have that next week for you, and then we'll also have some interesting stuff to talk about and go through for the show. Thank you very much for tuning in again. Once again, this show would be nothing without any of you guys. I enjoy talking with you guys and
Yeah.
listening to you guys every week, and then also talking during the week with all the funny posts that get circulated, all the force multiplying posts out there.
Right.
It's really cool. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you out there.